What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Videohomicide, back with another video nasty. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a film from 1981 directed by Joe D'Amato. We've got Absurd, which is sort of a spiritual sequel to Anthropophagus, which goes under a bunch of other titles. This movie, there's no exception. It's known as a bunch of other stuff, including Zombie 6, Monster Hunter, and The Grim Reaper 2, which Anthropophagus was also known as The Grim Reaper. So that's interesting, but can make for a pain in the ass when trying to find these movies, locate them. It turns out there's quite a few of the video nasties on YouTube, so you know, if you're looking to watch any of these movies, chances are you might find them on there. So Absurd is a pretty good movie. I don't know if it warrants like the whole video nasty mystique around it. Like, I know I'm in for, you know, quite the journey here. There's a lot of films that I've not seen on this list of the prosecuted films, but this is one that I've wanted to watch for a while because it's at the top of the list. You know, I've printed off the Wikipedia video nasty article years ago, and I circled all the ones that I'd watched, and you know, it's there. It's been sitting there waiting for me to watch, so I watched it tonight, and I gotta say I was pretty entertained by it. It's not really anything too crazy. For the most part, it's like a rip-off of Halloween, complete with like a Dr. Loomis character who was, Jesus Christ, who was played by the killer, or the Dean from Pieces. If you've seen the movie Pieces, the killer from that film is in this as the Dr. Loomis guy, and he's not really that important. I thought he was going to play a bigger role. Like, it's crazy because he's like talking to this one like kind of wisecracking cop, and he just basically goes like, yeah, I need a gun, and the guy's just like, oh, here's a gun, here's a car, here's the fucking police radio. Like, ridiculous. But you're not there for that type of bullshit. You're just there for like the nastiness, you know. Like, that's pretty much the whole thing with these video nasties. Like, what was so bad that had to be prosecuted, banned throughout an entire country? So that's what this journey is all about. Now, this movie, like I said, basically a Halloween ripoff. It does have some pretty cool graphic scenes, which we'll get into. There will be spoiler alerts or spoilers in this video and throughout all of the video nasty videos. I gotta quickly say that if you're here for, like, you know, top-notch acting, top-notch fucking cinematography, you're not gonna get that. You're just pretty much gonna get this sort of by-the-numbers slasher film, but it's not really a supernatural slasher. This guy has been, you know, fucked with by like the church in some way, so he's basically, all of his dead cells can regenerate, and you know, like, he gets his fucking insides all cut up from this fence, and he survives that. He gets shot to shit a bunch of times. He gets hit by a car. You know, he gets stabbed, like all kinds of stuff. He gets stabbed in the neck with the scissors and all this kind of crazy shit. Like, the standout moments in this movie for me, I've actually wrote them down because I wanted to cover all the bases with this shit. So here, I wrote this. Killer from Pieces is basically Dr. Loomis, even gets a car and a gun from the cops. There's a scene where this nurse lady who's left alone with this psychopath, she gets killed. Like, this weird drill gets put through her temples. It's pretty graphic, not too crazy. Like, it just shows like the entrance and the exit wound. It's not too bloody, you know. Like, there is lots of blood in the scene, but it's not like it's not like a Gianni de Rossi fucking effect. It's just kind of really, you know, by the numbers. But there's a scene where our guy, he basically escapes from this hospital, goes on a rampage, and he ends up at this slaughterhouse. At least that's what it looks like, which is kind of funny because I fucking work at a slaughterhouse. But he ends up at this slaughterhouse and he kills this guy, and like, this guy just happens to have like a fucking loaded handgun like in his jacket. So he just like goes over to his jacket, grabs the gun, shoots the fucker a few times, and then, you know, he doesn't stand a chance and he gets overtaken. And then, much like in City of the Living Dead, this guy's, you know, fucked over with a saw. No, excuse me, it was Intruder that had like the scene with the meat saw, the meat cutting saw. We get that, but we don't get it like through like the side of the face. We get it through the top of the head, which was interesting because that's not, you know, it kind of reminded me of that episode of South Park where the boys are all screwing around in shop class. What was that teacher's name? Mr. Atler. Anyways, but that was pretty fun. It looked cheesy, you know. There was lots of blood, and that's what I want. I don't give a fuck if its effects are shitty. I just want to see a lot of blood. During these video nasties, I'm not looking for, you know, I'm not looking for like Laurence Olivier quality film or fucking Alfred Hitchcock quality film. I know what I'm in for here. These are the video nasties. Excuse me. Miklo, who's like the name of this murderer, he gets hit by a car and strangles a motorcycler, which is funny because it's totally set up like all these motorcycle fuckers go past him and he's stuck in the bushes, like hidden in the bushes, and then they turn around for some reason and the guy, his bike like breaks down right beside this fucker, and then, you know, our guy just kills the fucker. But then he gets hit by a car. And then like the guy that hits him with the car fucks off, and then like the rest of the film, like that guy's like tripping out and everyone's like, what's wrong with you, you seem weird. And at the end he's like talking to his wife, she's like, what's wrong? And he's like, I ran over a guy and left him there to die. Like, it's fucking hilarious, man. I loved it. The sister of or like the daughter of the hit and run guy, his two kids are sort of like, or three kids really, are the basis for the rest of the film. Like, they're the victims, or like the ones that are up against this fucker. So the older sister dies. The little brother, he lives throughout the film, but there's this nanny that comes along, and she gets how the fuck does she die? I think she gets the scissors. I don't know. I'm kind of fucking blanking about that, but she's taking care of like this crippled girl, like the one sibling's this crippled girl in a bed, and she ends up like saving the day. But like, it's crazy because she's hooked up, like she's got like a broken neck or something. She's got the neck brace, and you know, she looks like Johnny from fucking The Outsiders, like all with a broken back, except she's not laying on her back, she's laying on her back, not on her front. So she ends up killing the main bad guy, which is total spoiler alert. But you know, I would recommend this movie. I don't think it's dog shit. I feel like there's going to be some dog shit on this list of movies, but I enjoyed it. Absurd. It's a good movie. Watch it. Make sure you leave a 666 in the comments. With that being said, stay tuned for the next entry in the Video Nasties Marathon. Who knows what it'll be, but it'll be tomorrow. So thanks for watching. 666 and adios.